intelligence like our own created these. Machines don't create themselves, now do they?
That's it? They just stand there?
We are your friends, or rather we are your master's friends. A malfunction in your signaling device brought us here. We would like to meet your masters and explain this to them personally.
No answer came in stern reply.
Hit the other switch.
The Masters of Luxor are pleased with the food and drink we have set before them.
Luxor! That must be this place, Luxor!
They don't seem to recognize us. They think we're their masters.
That's what they want to believe, and fine.
We shouldn't deceive them.
The Masters of Luxor are pleased with the food and drink we have set before them.
Yes, we are.
It is good. You have made us well, and we serve you.
You serve us well.
Do our masters wish us to remove what you have left?
Yes, they do.
Incredible. What will they do next?
Cannot say.
Why aren't you going with that one?
Cannot say.
When will we meet your masters?
Cannot say.
What are your purposes towards us? Can you say that?
Cannot say.
Obviously not meant to answer questions.
Do the Masters of Luxor wish to rest?
Yes, and wash up, and a change of clothes.
Come. You have made us well, and we serve you.
It's fantastic. This whole place is fantastic. It's not an architectural achievement, it's an architectural miracle.
Yes, whoever these masters of Luxor are, they dream dreams on a grand scale.
But are we getting any closer to them? I don't feel that we are.
For God's sakes, Barbara, give your feelings a rest.
They're my feelings. I've had them since we got here. At least they're constant.
What does that mean?
That you're all being dazzled by this place. When we saw it from the TARDIS, it was beautiful, but cold and deadly.
It was you who said it was dead.
We all felt it, don't deny it. And our poor guide here, half nearly human machine, I wonder what he feels. I wonder if he was brought here like we were and given the food and shown the splendor.
Barbara, what are you saying?
Doctor, in the TARDIS, when you realized that the power was being sucked out of her, you said, is this their way of paralyzing their true victims?
You mean this could have been a person?
Come. As if the clothes are laid out, O Masters of Luxor, you have made us well, and we serve you.
That could have once been a person?
I don't know.
It's okay. Doctor, is it possible?
Well, we've seen robots becoming more and more human and assume this is the correct order. Barbara says they're turning people into machines.
I don't know what I'm saying. Don't listen to me. It's just that you're all suddenly so accepting.
Will you come and look at the baths of Luxor?
Could anyone make men into robots? I mean, hell, could they?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose we saw a little of the process in our mechanical friend over there. If the Masters of Luxor can make him one way.
We need to find a way out of here. Locked in. Doctor, would you mind if I said something so obvious it's laughable?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
I don't like this. I don't like this one little bit.
Are yours the same? Views of the city of Luxor?
And the people are dressed as we are now?
Yes, but how did they know our measurements? These clothes fit exactly.
I know. We only talked to the one robot and asked him for clothes. He didn't talk to anybody till he brought us here.
The material seems to mold itself to your figure as you put it on. I don't suppose they need measurements.
How do you feel now?
Well, obviously a little more exposed than I did before, but I don't know, resigned. The clothes and the bath and being able to brush the caves of Za out of my hair.
Well,
And well again.
you two look marvelous. Not quite the outfit for the Coal Hill Comprehensive, but
You look like you're about to walk the high wire.
my dear, I already am.
Oh, Uncle, you can't stay like that. Didn't they leave you any clothes?
You flushed them down the thing.
I'm not strutting around like some plucked turkey, for them or anyone. Besides, I haven't got Ian's legs.
Look at these. Views of the city of Luxor. This isn't Luxor at all.
Right. By the size of it, it looks like a full-scale city.
And the buildings glow the way this one does.
The cloaks they're wearing are like the one we saw in the dining hall. But if that is Luxor, then where's here?
Welcome to you, Masters of Luxor. You have made us well, and we serve you.
But you're almost...
It's fantastic.
I me what perils do environ the man that meddles with cold iron.
Your words have no meaning. This Derivatron is commanded. Search them for their true meaning. All is known about you now, but the information is new to us. Explain.
Well, we tried to explain it to one of your other robots, but he wasn't quite able to take it in. Look, before we came here, we never heard of Luxor or this place or you robots or Derivatrons or whatever you call yourselves.
That information has been registered already and is unacceptable. Therefore, it is false. Explain.
It's true. If you're not built well enough to take it in, it's your fault, not ours.
This one and this one have set up dangerous vibrations in the perceptor coils. Explain.
I bet they have, old mechanical chum. They're women. W-O-M-E-N. Women. And if you think your coils are the only one that have been affected...
Ian, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
The questions must be answered correctly.
Must they? Don't raise your voice to me, you super automated adding machine. And get this through your tin head. We are not your Masters of Luxor. We were traveling in our own ship, minding our own business, when a signal from this place pulled us off course. It's obvious to us that somewhere in this electronic giggle palace you've gotten your lines crossed or blown a fuse. Just get it fixed and get power back to our ship.
This Derivatron selects the word signal for special attention. Explain.
Look, your radio signal was intercepted by us and it overcame our course setters.
Ian, Doctor, it's a machine. It can only recognize what it was built to recognize. It has no imagination, so it has to reject us.
We won't get anywhere until we meet the ones who made it.
Take us to your masters. We have no hostile purpose.
You are from the city of Luxor. You have come to learn why the living men never return from here. You have come in a strange ship and have brought these different creatures to confuse us. But we Derivatrons are not confused. You have made us well, O Masters of Luxor, and your lives have no meaning to us.
What's the use of trying? At least explain to us this talk of living men.
When you are taken before the perfect one, then you will learn how well you made us.
The living men, what happened to them?
They are no more. They would not give up their lives, so we destroyed them. The perfect one will tell you.
Machines that destroyed living men. They're creators.
Any doubts left about our friendly hosts?
And this perfect one we're supposed to meet, what is he? Another Derivatron or some lunatic man who's controlling everything?
I don't know, but I do know I don't want to meet him on his own terms. There has to be another way out of here apart from the shaft that we came down.
I don't think so.
Look at these. Examine these windows and see if you can find a way out.
Well, we must be hundreds of feet up.
There has to be a catch somewhere.
Oh, this one opens easily. It's a couple of buttons.
It can't be. There isn't anything simple about this place. It is.
We can tie these curtains together and lower ourselves to the balcony below.
Or we can use the door.
It's the one who was with us.
An advanced type, anyway.
What is this place? That's not a Derivatron, that's a man.
What are they gonna do to him?
Stay here. I'm gonna find a way down here. Everything's locked. Whatever happens down there, we were meant to see it.
Look!
Die.
They would not give up their lives, so they were destroyed.
Masters of Luxor, you can do nothing. Come.
You wanted us to see that. Why?
This Derivatron does not answer questions. Come.
The Derivatrons call me the perfect one. You have heard them. O Masters of Luxor, you have made us well, and we serve you. I do not serve.
Why should you? Surely you created them to serve you.
But you are wrong, Doctor. You see how I know your name. You have been watched and guided, and your words recorded since the moment you stepped out of your strange craft. All of you. You are wrong. I am creation. First, the Masters of Luxor created these poor things to serve them. But they were not enough. What joy is there in owning a slave when the slave is not aware of his slavery, cannot acknowledge the greatness of his masters? So, they created these Derivatrons to speak the words of slavery. But even these could not satisfy their enormous vanity. And then they dreamed of me. The perfect creature springing from their brains, able to abase myself before them with the homage of an intelligence, equal to them in every way but one. But my poor stunted Derivatron saw in me something that the Masters had never foreseen. The end of their slavery to flesh and blood. They knew the Masters' minds, and they made me. The perfect creature, made by machines. The one made not to serve.
And the Masters of Luxor, the ones who were here.
I destroyed them.
But why? Why not make them your slaves?
I had to destroy them.
Yes, he had to destroy them. That man we saw out just now.
A very recent arrival.
You had to destroy him, and if it had been the Masters of Luxor who created you, or the Derivatrons, it would have still been the same.
Yes. You know, Doctor. You know why it must be done.
Yes, I know.
Then tell me, I don't understand why you have to destroy the people who give you life. If it wasn't for them, he wouldn't exist.
Ian, life was the one thing they didn't give him. They gave him everything but life. He's a machine who's a mockery of a man. Tell me something. When the energy that powers this building ceases to flow as it had before we arrived, what happens to you?
I am no more than that. Dead. And now do you see, my flesh and blood creatures, why I have followed you so closely since you came? Because one of you will give me enduring life. Speak.
Shall we prepare the chairs for these creatures?
Prepare 2 for the ones they call women. We'll chain the other 2 below.
Sir, you have to believe us. What you're attempting to do with us, what you tried to do with the Masters of Luxor and failed, to transfer their lives, the lives of flesh and blood creatures, into yourself, it's impossible. It can't be done.
It's senseless destruction that achieves nothing. You destroy the person, you destroy his life in one action.
And don't you see? Even if it were possible to transfer the other's life to yourself, it would be his person taking possession of you. You would be killing yourself.
Forgive me, your arguments are meaningless. Therefore they are false.
Because you cannot understand them?
Oh, for God's sakes, they're not meaningless to us. Haven't any of your other victims told you that you're just smashing your head against a brick wall?
A brick wall?
That it's hopeless, impossible.
But I know you stand there now and you think that I am impossible. If this were not really happening to you, you would believe that it was impossible. That flesh and blood creatures like yourself could have a conversation with a... Well, what am I? A machine. Well, let me tell you. The Masters of Luxor experimented on their own kind. They're criminals, the ones they sent here for punishment. The information they learned from those experiments taught them how I could be made. I only intend to do what they did. To complete that part of me that they ignored. By replacing the power of a machine with the enduring power of life.
They experimented on their own people to make you?
The worthless ones. This place was built as a prison. Come over here. That is Luxor.
That large one there?
Yes. It is at the center of the galaxy of Promethean, a planet with 700 satellites, all of them dead worlds as this one we are on now. If you could see their cities, you would learn that they are people who prize beauty and design and mechanical. Efficiency above all else. And because of this, whenever one of their own people revolt against the ordered life set down by the Masters, they are cast away from the community and sent here.
So, not everyone is called a Master of Luxor.
To the machine creatures, yes. The robots and Derivatrons, but not to each other. Amongst them, the Masters are those who derive the machines to serve the flesh and blood creatures in every way. Most of them live a life of idleness and luxury. Some wish to turn their backs on all their race has achieved and decide these things for themselves.
And they're the ones who are sent here, the rebels.
Yes.
A people enslaved by their own machines. It's horrible.
Horrible. Do not the people of your world choose a way of life suitable to them?
Of course, but
And if there are those who upset it, are they not punished?
it's not the same thing at all.
Nor the same world?
No.
Nor the same people?
Your Derivatrons do not believe that we came from another world.
I am superior to them in every way. Why did you leave it to come here?
You already know the answer to that.
A mysterious signal which could not have originated from here. It is unacceptable.
Therefore, it is false. What you don't take in or what you can't understand, you won't accept. If you're so superior, prove it by believing what we say. If it didn't come from here, it came from somewhere else on this planet.
There is nowhere else. Out there is dead.
How do you know what the Masters built before you were built?
The signal was real. It was still registering in our ship when we were in the building.
We didn't even know this planet or this galaxy existed, so why would we come here?
Just put power back in our ship and let us get the hell out of here. We don't mean you any harm and we can't do you any good.
When the people of Luxor come here to meet me, they will find I will not bow before them. O great Masters of Luxor, you have made me well. From that moment, they will not say a word to me.
Perfect one, whatever we call you, you can't take life from one of us and make it your own.
But you can help me. I've never met women before.
But surely on Luxor there are
Oh,
women.
most certainly. Unfortunately, this has always been a problem for men. The scientific masters who worked here, they were men also. You are Susan. And you are Barbara.
Yes?
You have given birth to others of your race?
No, neither of us have.
You were right. You can show the Masters of Luxor just how well you were built, and they'll bow
Please do
before
not
you.
change the subject. The men of Luxor go to great lengths to protect their women for this purpose. Men, children of all shapes and sizes are allowed to survive. But the women children are forced to adhere to strict standards set down by the masters. If they do not adhere to these, they are killed.
But that's monstrous. That's barbaric.
I don't believe it. It's too horrible for words. People who've advanced as far as they have.
But if it is the women who give birth, should it not be as perfect as possible?
Don't do that.
You heard her. Keep your hands to yourself.
I was not made to obey orders.
I don't care what you were made for or who you were made by. There are 4 of us here and only one of you.
You are threatening me?
Take it how you like, but we could do quite a bit of damage before your robots or your Derivatrons get here to help you.
They would not arrive. No, Ian, you could do me no harm without destroying yourselves. The harmonious impulses which govern me are linked to an explosive device, powerful enough to destroy this entire building and everyone and everything in it. If I am harmed, that device becomes activated.
I don't believe it. He's got too much to prove about himself.
He doesn't have anything to prove. He's a machine, not a man. He doesn't feel or experience anything the way we do.
He wants life, doesn't he? He wants it, but he won't get it. And I say you're bluffing. If you lay one finger on these girls, I'll prove it.
The masters who planned me are dead. The Derivatrons who created me are under my absolute control. I am not flesh and blood creatures as you are. I cannot repair myself, heal myself as you can. So, if I come to harm, all this comes to a sudden end. I will avoid your attack if I can. Why hasten your own destruction? Enough talk. It's time.